Hey, what's going on, everybody? This your girl Tiffany. I'm here live in effect. So I want to talk about the importance of having nerds around. Growing up in school, nerds often got picked on for being nerdy, just for being themselves. They were seen to be outcast by everybody else because they weren't as cool, as popular. So when we hear the concept about nerds, when we think of nerds, we think of Steve Urkel type. But Steve Urkel was the most down to earth type of individual that you would ever meet. He was so down to earth that he could be annoying, but he was so cool. He wasn't your typical nerd either. Shout out to Jaleel White for playing the character, because he did a phenomenal job. But nerds are great people to be around because you can get a lot of resource and information from those individuals. These individuals actually take the time out, actually study a lot of stuff. And not only that, they are gamers. They are people that's into anime. They know how to take like objects and, break them apart and then put them back together. You know what I'm saying? These people are into STEM programs. They are highly intelligent, but there's a lot of misconception about them. So people also believe that nerds were just a bunch of soft-ass individuals that couldn't take up for themselves. Because, Steve Urkel, he had a voice, but he was not a fighter. But there are nerds who will put their life on the line. There are nerds who will fight, who about the life, who come from the streets, who come from the hood, and you wouldn't even know it because they don't carry themselves as such. There are nerds that will beat your goddamn ass, that will fuck you up. See, this is why you don't underestimate nerds. Matter of fact, if you read into the 48 laws of power, right? Here's 3 laws that you should know when it comes to dealing with nerds. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seem dumber than your mark. That's law 21. No one likes feeling stupider than the next person. The trick then is to make your victims feel smart, and not just smart, but smarter than you are. Once convinced of this, they will never suspect that you may have ulterior motives. Sorry. So one of the things about it, this is why I say about nerds who come from the streets or come from the hood, they may not tell you they from the hood. And some of them, they'll conceal that part of them when they in the streets because they don't want to be mistaken as being a bunch of weirdos or soft ass. So they have to learn how to be able to blend in, right? And have to let individuals know where they stand on their position. So that's law 21. Watch this. They also know how to do law 25, which is recreate yourself. So watch what law 25 say. Do not accept the roles that society forces on you. Recreate yourself by forging a new identity, one that commands attention and never bores the audience. Be the master of your own image rather than letting others define it for you. Incorporate dramatic devices into your public gestures and action. Your power will be enhanced and your character will seem larger than life. Some of them, they know how to recreate themselves. They know how to use what we call code switch. That means they can speak the language of those in their environment. And then they can also speak the language of those that are on the IQ level. Right? So what they learn how to do is recreate themselves. This is why you can't underestimate a nerd. Now watch this. Here's another one. Never appear too perfect. That's law 46. It says appearing better than others is always dangerous, but most dangerous of all is to appear to have no flaws or weaknesses. Envy creates silent enemies. It is smart to occasionally display defects and admit to harmless vices in order to deflect envy and appear more human and approachable. Only gods and the dead can seem perfect with impunity. So they have learned not to be too perfect, mean not to be too intelligent, because they know their environment, they know their surrounding, they know they have opponents, they know they have somebody that are enemies, or their people that are enemies. So why appear to be too perfect when you got enemies around you? Again, if you have friends that are nerdy, keep them around. You're going to need them at all costs. You know, I'm grateful now at my age that I'm able to get around nerdy ass adults. I'm talking about adults that's very highly intelligent, because that inspired me to be a better individual. They inspire me to go out and learn more and apply more knowledge and wisdom. I mean, I don't know where I would be if I did not hang around people that was nerdy. Because those that are nerdy, they have really inspired me to be a better person, challenge myself more. So if you have somebody that's nerdy as hell, it ain't nothing wrong with that. Hell, it ain't nothing wrong being a nerd your damn self. But you gotta balance yourself out. There's nothing wrong with having a nerdy characteristic. Hell, the nerds love anime, and I learned to appreciate anime, and I see why so many people are intrigued when it comes to watching anime shows, because you learn a lot of deep wisdom. You get a lot of knowledge behind watching these various shows if you actually pay attention to them. You get a lot of wisdom, you get a lot of game. So you actually learn more by watching anime. But yes, you always want that nerdy friend around. And nerds come in different shape or form. So nerds ain't always the Steve Urkel type. Or Myra, which was Steve Urkel's girlfriend. She was a nerd too. Hell, even Laura Winslow learned to appreciate Steve because she been his friend for a long time. Yeah, he got on her nerves, but she always stuck around him. She took up for him, and he took up for her. And eventually, she realized she was in love with him. By the time they went to college, they became a couple. Get somebody that will inspire you. And don't always think that a nerd gotta be a soft ass or weak ass person, because I'm gonna tell you again, all nerds ain't what you think. All nerds ain't what you think. I personally know nerds that not only book smart but street smart. I know nerds that will fuck you up. That will fuck somebody up in a heartbeat. That ain't gonna take no shit. And that's gonna remind people who they are. And let them know that they got another side. They ain't with the bullshit. So don't get a misconception about nerdy people. They are very cool people to have around. Trust and believe that. You'll be appreciative. But it's so funny that people make fun of nerds. But remember, in school, they would always want that one nerdy individual to do their homework assignment because they were too lazy to do their homework. Or they was too lazy to do the classwork assignment. Or they somewhere cheating off their tests or whatnot. And let's not forget college. Yeah, you got people in college that pay nerdy people to do their assignment. Especially if the assignment is due the next day. Again, especially if the assignment is due the next day, they'll pay them. Here, I'll break you off some cash if you can complete this project for me, or if you can do this assignment for me. Or I got a test going on tomorrow, man. I need some help. You gonna reach out to that nerd then? But the nerds are weak and lame as hell. But yeah, still on the low key, you reach out to them when you need some help with your assignment. It's quite interesting. But anyways, never underestimate a nerdy individual. Again, never underestimate a nerd. Keep a nerd around you. You need them. Until next time, peace.